All student UPSC aspirant. Thanks for joining me after a long time. Today's class, I remind you in the last class, chapter, class 6th hour past, all chapter finished with questions with answer. So, today's class, class 7th, part 2nd, hour past, first chapter. First chapter is named Tracing Changes Through 1,000 Years. So let's go ahead. Take a look at map and to map 1. So look at this picture. Map 1. Map 1, a section of the world map drawn by the geographer Al-Irsidi Idrisi, geographer Al-Idrisi in the 20th century, showing the India subcontinent from land to sea. So look at this picture. Map 1. So let's go ahead. Map 1 was made in 1154 CE by the Arab geographer Al-Idrisi. The section reproduct here is a detail of the Indian subcontinent from his larger map of the world, and map 2 was made in the 1720 by a French cartographer. The two maps are quite different, even though they are of the same areas. In Al-Idrisi is map South India is where we would expect to find North India, and Sri Lanka is the island at the top. Palace names are marked in Arabic. So look at this picture, map 2nd. So look at this picture, map 2nd. The subcontinent from the early 18th century atlas, Neo Guillaume de Lisle. So look at this picture. It is different to understand. What did you write? So what did you write? It is difficult to understand. So look at this picture, map 2nd. So let's go ahead, and there are some will know name like Kannauj in Uttar Pradesh, split in the map as Kannauj. Map 2 was made nearly 600 years ago after map 1, during which time information about the subcontinent had changed considerably. This map seems more familiar to us, and the coastal areas in particular are surprisingly details. So look at this picture, map 2nd, coastal areas. So what did you write? So let's go ahead. This map was used by European sailors and merchants on their voyages. Equally important is the fact that science of cartography different the two periods. When historians read documents, map and text from the past, they have to be sensitive to the different historical background, the context in which information about the past was produced. So let's go ahead. New and old terminologies. If the context in which information is produced changes with time, what about language and meaning? Historical recording exist in a varieties of languages which have changed considerably over the years. Medieval Persian, for example, is different from modern Persian. The difference is not just with regard to grammar and vocabulary, the meaning of words also change over time. So take the time Hindustan. For example, today we understand it as India, the modern nation state, when the term was used in the 13th century by Minhaj e Siraz, a chronicler who wrote in Persian. He meant the areas of Punjab, Haryana, and the lands between the Ganga and Yamuna. He used the term in a political sense for lands that were a part of the dominations of the Delhi Sultan. The areas included in this term shifted with the extent of the Sultanate, but the term never included South India. By contrast, in the early 16th century, Babur used Hindustan to describe the geography, the fauna, and the culture of the inhabitants of the subcontinent, as well as see later in the chapter. This was somewhat similar to the way the 14th century poet Amir Khusro used the word Hind, while the idea of a geographical and cultural entity like India did exist. The term Hindustan did not carry the political and national meaning which we associate with it today. Historians today have to be careful about the terms they use because by mean different things in the past. Take, for example, a simple term like foreigner. It is used today to mean someone who is not an Indian. In the medieval period, a foreigner was any stranger who appeared, say, in a given village, someone who was not a part of that society of culture. In Hindi, the term Pardesi might be used to describe such a person, and in Persian, Ajnabi, a city therefore might have regarded a forest dweller as a foreigner, but to peasants living in the same village were not foreigners to each other, even though they may have that different religious or caste background. So today is enough. I meet you next class. Till then, bye bye. Take care. Thank you for watching my YouTube channel. Like, subscribe, and share. Thanks.